Let's fucking go. That's the best music in America.
If you know what that music, go ahead one more time for it, Phil. All right, you can shut it off now. Listen, if you know that music, you know what today is. You know spring's around the corner. Life's about to get good. It's going to be wall-to-wall gambling on Thursday and Friday.
Yes.
All right, because March Madness is here. March Madness is here. You know things are about to heat up. All right, and that song, Phil's right. That song is just legendary.
It's the best.
Jim Nantz comes in. He starts talking. That smooth voice, right, Brian? That's just, it's sexy. You're
Gary Gumbel.
Greg Gumbel.
Good Gary Gumbel.
The chain already fucked up.
Don't take his bets.
Hey, listen. The chain's been on hiatus for like 6 weeks.
They got a comeback.
All right, so Chain, tell him you got a house now. You had to lay low.
Yeah.
But this week,
I bought a house with the proceeds of the chain.
But he couldn't show the bank what's really going on.
Chain's living good.
So, but this week you're back, right?
I'm back.
You're back. All
I'm
right.
back
So
for March Madness.
Listen, this is a special March Madness episode. We're not gonna pick every game. We'll be here all night. We have the villain. Carolina sucks. He's a Duke fan. Duke sucks.
They do this
Duke
year.
sucks. Mike Krzyzewski sucks. So let's start with that. But he's here. He watches a lot of college basketball, so we're going to do our thing. We're going to kind of just do an overview. Favorite upsets, maybe some things to look for. We're going to pick our final four. Once again, this is a live reaction. The show just ended. So, honestly, if we change our mind in the next few days, too, don't get mad at us either.
Nah.
No war crimes. No war crimes.
Visionless Dave. No war crimes.
Yeah.
So, but we are going to try to help you and just do like old stats. We're going to try to give you an overview of things to look for. So, one of the first things I look for, and I think gambling in itself helps with March Madness, because one of the things I look for is if a lower seeded team is within a point or two on the actual betting line or favored, I mean, take that team. Like, I'm not saying it's 100%.
Wait, bring that back. Say it again.
So if a lower seeded team, let's say a 6 playing 11, a 7's a 10, and they're within a point or two on the actual point spread,
Okay, yep.
or favored sometimes, that means that like they know like that team is way better than what the committee says, and I'll go with Vegas every time on that.
Yeah, I was saying. So you're talking about Vegas?
Yeah, I'll go with Vegas on that. So that's something I look for. Like while you're filling out your brackets, it's very easy now. There's point spreads everywhere, guys. This isn't old school. You could see they'll put it right there on the website. So look at the point spread, and that'll help you if you're in a toss up. That'll help you pick a team, maybe an upset, because in the end, you win these brackets. If you're going to win these brackets, you're going to have to pick a few upsets in the beginning. It's never chalk. Okay, it's never everyone who's supposed to win wins. That's not how college basketball works. So you got to pick the right upsets. So that's a trick that I've used before to do that. The other one is, we talked about it, 5 versus 12. Brian, what's the stat?
50 and 90 over the life of 5 versus 12.
5 versus 12. So it's like literally only 1 year, I believe, all 4 or 5 seeds have won, right?
Recently, yeah.
Recently.
The total record's 50 and 90.
Yeah, so like basically a 12 seed, 1 12 seed out of the 4 will Jesus, what are we doing over here?
Just keep going.
All right. 1 12 seed out of the 4 12 seeds, 1 will always win. It's been a consistent sort of thing. So look at your 5 12s. Helder, you got the bracket up.
Yeah.
Can you read off the 4 5 12s for me?
So I got Creighton versus, and it's the chain, by the way, not Helder.
Oh.
Stop saying his government.
The chain.
Chain gang.
Don't pay attention to the
disrespect. Creighton versus UC Santa Barbara.
Okay, so that's a 5-12. Creighton made the Big East tournament final, but got destroyed by Georgetown.
Yep.
But they are 5 seed. They had a good regular season. UC Santa Barbara is one of those like sneaky West Coast teams that's a scary one. See, that's a scary one. I'd look at that. I'd do a deep dive into that. Go ahead.
Colorado versus Georgetown.
Give me Georgetown.
Let's go Hoyas.
Give me instant reaction. Give me Georgetown.
I like that.
Because
Colorado.
I get that because you say Georgetown just won the tournament. They feel like they've accomplished something. I'm a guy that goes with the hot hand.
The hot hand. Yeah.
So give me Georgetown in that game.
Tennessee versus Oregon State.
And I wouldn't do Oregon State. I would do Tennessee. Tennessee's
nice.
the 5 seed. Tennessee's the 5 seed. Yep.
And Villanova versus Winthrop.
See, Villanova is ripe for the taking. Villanova's ripe for the taking.
Yeah. Don't they have someone that's hurt?
Yeah, Connor Gillespie's tore his MCL. So they lost against Providence their last regular season game. They lost to Georgetown in the Big East tournament.
Yep.
So Villanova, but that's the other side goes. They've lost 2 in a row. They're due for a win. And Winthrop's not a team that I know a lot about.
Right.
So, but I feel like the committee members, right? they put 12-5. They put 12s there to win these games. Like they want that streak to continue.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, it happens every year.
You've seen it, them saying it right on the national TV.
Yeah. So, any reaction to 12-5? Like, what's your 12-5 then? If you had to pick one, what you just read?
I just Villanova, I think, is going down.
Okay.
They just. If you would ask me before the injury, I would.
Well, they wouldn't be a 5 seed,
right?
Yeah,
I would have been putting
would.
Villanova possible Final Four. But when you lose your leader like that, like your floor general,
it's
that's
tough.
That's
this late in the season.
Yeah, definitely. That's
this
the
late
one.
in the season.
Yeah,
It's tough to come back.
That's the main one I'm going to look at. But like you said, the other three, you really have to like. Georgetown is hot. I do like Colorado, but you have to crunch them numbers. Really check the point spread because Vegas is not normally wrong.
Yeah.
Bottom line, Vegas always wins.
Yep.
But I
fucking assholes.
Yeah, I second that.
All right, you guys, anything that jumps out at you on those?
I mean, I'm looking at Winthrop over Villanova, and I like Colorado over Georgetown. I'm against.
Yeah. All right. So in the end, though, if you do like all 12 seeds,
Winthrop is
one of them's going to win, and you're going to be all right.
Yeah, Winthrop is the only 12 seed that I'm looking at that I like. Everything else, I'm going with the 5 seed.
I like my second favorite team, Michigan State over UCLA.
Well, that's a play-in game. So
that's what I'm looking at.
That's true.
That's
That's
about 12-5.
Well, no, we'll switch on.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, what do
fine.
you mean 12-5s? I mean, I already said I was
we
gonna
already
take-
said, yeah. So that's fine because that's actually a good subject. The guy brought it up on the show, and that's amazing. We're talking about two recent, UCLA in the mid '90s, but whatever.
And they've been a bunch of Final
Fours,
Fours.
yeah.
Few in 07.
Yeah. So national champions, like historic fucking programs. UCLA can make a case for the greatest college basketball program of all time. Duke sucks. So you can make.
I
a
wouldn't
case.
argue that.
So you can make a
UCLA.
case, and to have them as the play-in, that to me, you know what that signals? What Brian was talking about earlier. Why Duke might even sneak in. Lost a lot of money this year at college basketball. They want a lot of eyeballs. You're telling me a Tuesday or Wednesday, because this is a playing game. So this isn't going to be on Thursday. This is going to be Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll have to take a look.
Yep.
They're going to play Tuesday or Wednesday night. That's going to be a lot of eyeballs watching two historic programs try to get into the field.
Facts.
Yeah.
Like that's a big fucking game. And this is what I'll say. Dave does not like to bet against Tom Izzo in March.
Nope.
Tom Izzo figures shit out. So if you're just gambling on that game alone, I right off the rip without knowing the spread, I lean Michigan State on that.
Who's Izzo's kryptonite in March?
Oh, fucking this guy.
The heck, you knocked my boys early. I had to come back.
Yeah.
No, it is amazing. We did talk about how two historic teams that had Hall of Famers go there, Magic Johnson, UCLA, forget you can rattle off for days.
Yeah.
That is interesting. Again, like I said, why these playing, we didn't know how the play-ins were going to work far as if like a team gets COVID, who gets pushed in. I said, don't be shocked somehow or another that they shoved Duke in there for the money.
Yeah.
College basketball has lost a lot of money. So Michigan State, UCLA is going to bring people, it's going to
bring eyeballs to the television set that night.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Ratings.
Supposedly, on the website for CBS says Thursday, March 18th at 4 p.m. The first four.
Thursday, March 8th.
Yeah,
that's
4 p.m.
surprising.
But the first round starts though at noon on Friday. The night.
I know we have to look.
Oh,
at
yeah,
that.
it's Thursday. All right, so yeah, the first round starts Friday and Saturday. So Thursday is the play in first four.
Oh, really? That's different.
Yeah,
that's different.
COVID.
Yeah,
it's like NXT and WWE when they have pay-per-views.
I love it. So the other thing I wanted to like kind of then get into is to let everyone know what the NCAA is doing is with this COVID stuff. So we lost teams in the conference championship. Duke couldn't play.
And Kansas, right?
Kansas in the Big 12, Virginia in the ACC. So
That's bullshit.
once the tournament starts, you're not allowed to replace a team. So if someone gets COVID on a team, they can't play. The other team just advances. But in the next 3 or 4 days, if someone, if a team that made it someone has a positive test and can't play, they will bring in another team to replace them.
Yeah, they said on the TV it's the first four out are the ones that are going to come in, but I'm sure they got to have backups if some of them, all four of them.
Yeah.
With COVID, you don't know. I mean,
don't know. So be on the lookout for that. And man, that'll just suck if you worked all year and like you don't even get to play like the game.
That's terrible.
That's terrible.
It is.
They should have extended the finals and stuff like
Just
the NBA did in the bubble, push it back more just in case.
Yeah. And they are doing all the whole tournament is in Indianapolis.
Yes.
It's going to be played
It's
in a bubble.
bubble
It's going to be
style.
played in
That's
a
dope.
bubble. Yep. And then have contract tracing. Fuck you, Fauci. Throwing that in there for people. So
Suck
let's
my dick.
from the back. So the other thing I wanted to then get into is, who do you guys see real quick off the reaction? Do you guys see a 2 or a 3 seed that makes a run, that makes a deep run? Brian, I know you've been Alabama guy.
Boston Bruins going all the way.
Is Jay?
I do. I gotta say, normally when it comes to this, it's you always think every year. Whatever the
How does that 1 seed lose? Like
not
that's what I
that,
look
but you
at.
always look at whatever the strong conference is. They'll have like 8 or 9 teams in the tournament, and only 1 or 2 of them make the Elite 8. They don't even make the Final 4. And I don't know. There's something about Alabama that could make a deep run, but they're also gonna go against a team that I think could win it. Is Michigan.
yeah.
Shout out to Keith Moores, the only true Michigan fan I know.
Well, Cliff Almeida too.
My boy
Cliff
Joe
Almeida,
Olberg likes Michigan too a
So
lot.
what I'll say about this though is this is the first. I'll literally say, this is so wide open. The most wide open I can remember. There is not a one team that you could say like they're the super big favorite. Like there's been other years where it's like, all right, they're probably going to get. I could see anybody making the Final Four this year. Like really, I know it's an easy way out because we're supposed to try to help you with predictions, but like this could go so far sideways. Right, your brackets could all be in red, like right after the first weekend.
A 6 seed could get hot.
Yeah,
Like what was UConn back on? What
Kemba
was,
Walker was a 7 seed.
no, with
Kemba when he won.
not with Kemba. Who's the other ones? The other one they won with.
with Kevin Ollie as the coach.
yes,
I
yeah.
can't
They were
remember.
like an 8 seed or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
And went on.
Yeah.
I could see that happening this year.
Well, this year for sure.
Yes.
You have teams that are like Florida's a 7 seed. Like you have teams that have like real talent. Oklahoma State with. So let's get into that. If you're an NBA fan
I was about to
and
say.
you're looking at like future, like you're looking at all right, who's a guy that's going to be in the NBA next year? Here it is. Cade Cunningham from Oklahoma State is the most likely number 1 pick. Evan Mobley from USC is a big man. Nasty. His brother is also on the team. He's not as highly rated a prospect, but they both came as a package deal. Nasty. You have a great player. You can just fucking get hot. And then the other guy is, and this is my national championship pick. I'm going to release it early right here. I'm going Gonzaga. Gonzaga wins it all because they have everything. They have the coach. They have the seniors, good players, role players that know their roles. And then they have this kid who is a true future NBA superstar, Jalen Suggs. So usually when Gonzaga makes these runs, it's like they're the scrappy, they don't have
they don't-
real
they don't- the it player.
The it player.
They're just good role players.
And
yes.
they have that plus a real, I'm going to fucking take over this game. If this shit starts getting tight,
His name's Suggs.
Jalen Suggs.
If this was a normal year, I would never take Gonzaga. By my normal rules, on a normal year, you never take a team with 1 or 0 losses in the NCAA
The last
tournament.
team to win the national title undefeated the whole season was Indiana in 1976. Shout out Bobby Knight, beat the shit out of his players. Maybe we need to go back to that.
Yeah, and
That Portuguese team's gonna get
that
the
rule
belt,
is
yeah.
off this year because of the fact we really don't know how good some
Because
of these
you
teams
didn't
really
have
are.
a lot of out of conference games, right?
Well,
Elder?
yeah.
Like, get back to that chain. Like, you didn't have a lot of like, you couldn't see teams. You were telling me this before. It's like you can't see before. You'd be like, all right, this team played this team. This played.
Right. Yeah. And like I don't know. It's just a weird. I don't know. I can't explain it. But
Oh, that's not good.
No, it does
You're
have a
here to
weird
explain
feeling.
it.
There wasn't
But it's
no
like-
non-conference schedule.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You told me before.
It's more conference, and it's just you don't see a lot of like the different matchups from like teams from like you don't see a lot of like these little teams playing on like these big networks.
Yeah.
So like I don't know. It's
tough, and that's
yeah.
and not even that. You didn't get to see like, all right, a Kansas. Like early in the year, they had a few games. Like Kansas played Gonzaga. Gonzaga routed them. You know,
And you don't have like the preseason tournaments.
the
this
Maui
year.
Invitational. All that stuff.
The
they had 'em.
preseason
They had 'em, but
19,
it
but
was
it was
like
not the same.
same. It
It's
was not
not.
the same.
I mean, Duke played what? 2 Michigan State, and I want to say Illinois or something, and then after that they canceled their non-conference
Their
schedule.
schedules, yeah.
It's like how you know what these teams are.
Yeah. So like Brian, back to Brian's point, it's like the conferences themselves. That's what you really got to judge. What Big 10 got 9 teams.
9 teams the most.
Big 12 got 7, and they are the 2 premier conferences. Those
Yeah.
2 conferences are battle fucking tested.
I don't know
okay?
how the ACC got 7. They're terrible this
Terrible,
year.
Yeah. So to me, I look at the Big 12. That was to me the best conference. So my Final Four, I'll start it off.
You said the Big 12 you thought was the best
My
conference?
best conference. Higher end teams. The Big 10 had more like in the middle, but I feel like
Oh,
higher,
you're talking through the whole. Okay.
like
yeah.
higher end. Like I
Okay.
feel like a West Virginia could go on a run and win this national title.
See, but the top 3 at the Big 10 is solid. All three of them.
Michigan, Illinois, and
Ohio State.
Ohio State, yeah, that too. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So my Final Four, I have Baylor, I have Gonzaga, I have who's the other one? I have Michigan. I have 3 number 1 seeds, and then out of the other bracket, I have to look again real quick. Sorry. Like I said, this is off the cuff.
That's terrible.
Oh, it's off the cuff. I have West Virginia making a run. I have West Virginia coming out of that bracket where Illinois is the number 1 seed. So my only non-chalk is going to be West Virginia.
I have Dylon, and Dylon. Spit top 5.
Top 5, dead or alive.
All right, so I mean, I got Gonzaga, Baylor, Michigan, but I also see either Illinois, Iowa, Houston.
Out of that side.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going Charlie. We're by the way, this is off the cuff. We have time to change our bid because we haven't really looked at it.
Yeah.
So don't get mad at us. We're going off the cuff right now.
I mean, I got a few other teams too, like
that could make Sweet 16 runs, of course.
But yeah,
I honestly Georgetown. I think Georgetown goes Sweet 16. I'm on Georgetown.
Nope.
I see Creighton making a run. That might be my Big East bias, but like I see Creighton.
I got Creighton.
Like them losing that Big East title game might be a good thing for them.
I got Creighton, West Virginia, Virginia.
See,
Florida State.
Virginia's a team that I would say watch out for them to lose early.
Colorado. I like Colorado.
You like Colorado? Okay. I USC as a 6 seed. I see them making a pretty deep run. Just like I said, that kid Evan Mobley. Like if you haven't watched him play, like he's on the West Coast. We don't get to see them a lot here. I'm telling you, the kid is fucking ridiculous. 6'11", can shoot threes, is a passer. He's nasty. And when you're in the tournament, I think one player can really make a big difference.
Yeah.
All right. I like Gonzaga, Michigan, Baylor, and excuse me. And then I like Oklahoma. That dude, Cade Cunningham's fucking average.
That's Oklahoma State.
Is that in the same bracket?
No, Oklahoma State is Cade Cunningham. If you're picking...
Well, it's an Illinois thing. That's the last bracket. I got Oklahoma State coming out in the Midwest.
Okay, you said Oklahoma, though.
Excuse me. Oklahoma State.
Okay.
Excuse me.
For the people. For the people.
For the people.
It's not lockdown cement. This is off the cup, but yeah.
All right, Brian, you're up.
I'm going to go with Ohio State.
Ooh, I like that. That number 4 kid's nasty. I don't know what his name is, but Dave knows.
I'm going to go with Gonzaga. This is a tough one for me.
It's a tough one.
Because I like both teams in this, and I'll take Michigan. I really do like Alabama, but I'm going to take Michigan because I'm going to give respect to the Fab Five and Juwan Howard. I think he's doing a good job there.
Yeah.
Change the game.
Yes, he did.
Imagine if they hired Cooley.
Oh, that'd be good.
And I'm actually torn in this one, too. I really like how Illinois has been playing.
Yeah.
I kind of watched them early when they did bitch slap my team. I really liked what I saw then. I liked what I saw in the Big Ten tournament. I really liked what Houston's been doing too. But I'm going to take Illinois. I just think the Big Ten has been better this year. And at first, I was against the Big Ten. I didn't think they could bring a national champion, but I do. So I'm going to go with Illinois.
And that's also a great 8-9 game to watch out for.
They play a lot of bully ball.
Is Wisconsin is playing who in that 8-9 game? Anyone check that real quick? I remember that popped out when we were watching it. Oh, North Carolina.
Yep.
That's another 2-program, like, great game to watch. An 8-9, 2 historic programs.
Ooh.
The thing to watch on that, if you look in the back, I got to look at Wisconsin, how well they rebound. UNC is a very good rebounding team.
And
Gets a lot of second
shooting team as well, too.
They get a lot of second chances, so that could be if you're betting, a tough thing to look at.
And if you're Portuguese and you're watching this real quick, you're rooting for Utah State. It's the most Portuguese team in college basketball. Their best player is Portuguese. He's player of the year in the conference. They made the tournament last year. They had 3 actual Portuguese guys. There's a guy on their team, a white boy. His last name's Bean. The TV announcer when I was watching the game the other night said that they're so Portuguese they nicknamed the guy Feijão.
They are one of my sleepers.
Which is Portuguese for bean.
First round upset.
Hilarious.
That's awesome.
The announcer said
Portugal.
it was 11:30 at night. I'm watching a Utah State game. What the fuck is going on? This guy's talking Portuguese
Is it
over there.
RTP or is it
Yeah,
regular TV?
it's ESPN. So if you're a Portuguese, go Utah State. You know.
That was one of my upsets. I liked Utah State. I told you that earlier.
Yeah.
They're one of like 2 teams I like Ohio.
Ohio, yeah, that's Brian. When we popped off, they were 13 seed, I believe.
Yes, I think they were. I gotta go back and look at it.
Yeah, Brian was big on Ohio. Watch out for them. I say also watch out for Syracuse. Jim Boeheim, excuse me. Comes tournament time, they usually make a run. They usually do something, and they're a lower seed, I believe, a 6 versus 11, if I remember correctly. So that's one to look at. But once again, I would say look at when you're doing your bracket. Look at the point spreads. It will help you out in determining, if it's a toss up, who to take. And if you have a chance, if you really want to win your bracket, it's the early rounds that really count. You need to pick a few upsets. You can't just go chalk. You cannot, and you're not going to win your bracket. Because most times you'll have close Final Four, and you'll see that you're behind in points because you missed on like first and second round games.
I'm taking San Diego State to actually smash Syracuse. I think they're good. I think they're actually the second best team out west this year.
San Diego State's a very good team.
Very good team.
Yeah.
And
that 2-3 zone, though.
yeah, I don't know. I think Syracuse. I think San Diego State will cover the spread that game.
There we go.
I see another good game over here too to talk about. Georgia Tech versus Loyola, Chicago.
Yep, 8-9 game.
Georgia Tech is that point guard. I watched them play yesterday.
Yeah, that great,
Jose Alvarado, defensive player of the year.
Great interview. That's like college basketball, like purists right there. I don't know if anyone saw it. Check it out, YouTube it. He was crying at the end of the game. He was not recruited, big. He was crying, saying, I shouldn't even be in the ACC. He was with his coach. He goes, this guy believed in me. I'm here because of him, my teammates. I love him. He was crying. It's like, he knows he's not an NBA player. He knows this is, the height that he's going to get. And he's like, I'm a legend. This is what he said. I'm a legend for the rest of my life.
My NBA conference.
Yeah, like, he goes back to Georgia Tech. I mean, that guy's a legend for the rest of his life because Georgia Tech doesn't win ACC conference tournaments. You know what I mean?
Not since 95, I think.
Yeah. Kenny Anderson, shout out.
No, 90
Yeah, dude's nice.
93 maybe. Then.
Yeah, so
That dude's nice.
So
Jose
like I just
Alvarado.
love seeing that. To me is like college basketball.
They could be a nice little elite team at least.
At his pure. Well, an 8-9 game is tough, so that's what I'll say. But yeah, that's college basketball at its purest form. I enjoyed seeing.
But
that
they're in the toss-up bracket with Illinois. I mean, anyone can come out of that one.
Yeah, anyone come out of any bracket.
No, that's true.
Wild.
That's fucking
This shit's wild, man. We're gonna have Jay's daughter fill out a bracket. She'll probably do better than half of us, dude. It's facts. Facts, So
we should do it.
We are.
Another thing I like to look at when I'm actually choosing between teams, if you're really like tossed up between two teams, I go right to their roster. If I see a team, especially in this COVID year, that has a lot of junior and seniors and leadership, and like things match up the point, like you said on the spread, if it's between 1 or 2 points, I'm leading the team with the senior leadership.
Yep.
They've been together 4 years. They don't need the practice as much as these other teams that what younger teams aren't getting.
And you know that they're giving their they're not. They know they're probably not real NBA players.
Yes,
This is their last hoorah.
Yeah.
So,
they know they're going overseas,
Yep.
and it's their one shining moment.
Nothing wrong with that. Overseas is nice.
All right, so Chain, what jumps out to you real quick? Like any games, any stats that you want to go before we end this the show?
I only got stats really on Michigan. Michigan is my team to pick it.
Okay, so you have Michigan win it all. Okay,
yeah.
so real quick, let's do that. So Chain, you got Michigan winning it all?
Yep.
Michigan, Phil?
Skip me for right now.
All right, I got Gonzaga. I'm going chalk. I'm taking Gonzaga to win it all.
Oh, this is gonna kill me to say this.
Duke is not there. So.
No. All right. Do we have to record this?
Yes.
I'm going Michigan.
Michigan.
Keith, you owe me for this one, buddy. Sir, Moores, you owe me big time for this one.
All right, Phil, we're going to end it on you.
I'm a Michigan State fan too, but I'm gonna maybe have to go with Michigan as well.
Jesus.
Michigan. All right. So we got you three are all on Michigan.
On Michigan, yeah.
Damn.
I do like Illinois.
There's other teams I do like in here, but this off the cup and
Yeah,
from what I see,
I still got to study the bracket.
Yeah,
make sure I see the
No,
bracket,
yeah, this is
but-
initial reaction.
Yeah,
Initial reaction.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
I'm gonna go-
and it's the toughest year I can ever remember filling this thing
Right.
up. It's going to be the toughest year.
Michigan might have trouble with some Georgetown action.
All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Subscribe, share. We appreciate it.
Meet and greet on Friday.
That's the other thing.
Oh yeah.
Anyone who's watching this, Jay's birthday Friday.
Dun, 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 dun.
We're going to meet some fans and people that listen to the show and the podcast. We're meeting at Twin River. Dave will be there at noon.
Dave's the ringleader, so contact him.
DM me, Twitter. Even if you're not on like the group chats, you can just DM me. You want to meet up? We'll be there at noon. Then we're
Now it's
gonna.
noon.
A lot of action.
12:30. Now it's noon.
A lot of action.
Well,
on
I'll be
Friday.
there at 11:30 to put my bets in. The games tip off at noon.
Actually, you
the
should.
games tip off at
You
noon.
should go. You should go. You should go a little earlier.
chiropractor appointment at 11. So I'll be there.
Jay's doctor says he needs a back anatomy.
Yeah.
Yo,
So-
hey, to be honest, you should go there before 11:30.
So yeah, I'll be there early anyway. And then people are meeting up throughout the day. Some people are going to be at Twin. We'll probably hit up at other bars around the area.
Jay Gray's.
Either way, just shoot me a text if you guys want to hang out. We're doing a hang, man. We're doing a meet and greet.
Doing
and
a hang and bang. There's no
Hang and
banging.
A meet and greet like you read about.
like you read about
Suck my dick
from the back. All right, guys. Have a good one.
Peace.